inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey, ladies, guess what? Today is November the 6th, and I am so excited that on this day it's a normal airing of the podcast episodes, because today is the 2-year anniversary of the launch of Real Women Don't Bitch. Oh man, quickly, just an overview, because there are a lot of new people that are downloading the podcast. This beautiful thing came to light because of a summit that I had did, and I'm still doing it, but I did change the name of the summit. That's a completely, that's a whole nother other story in itself. But back in 2017, I did this amazing summit called Business Mastery. And I had busted my ass, gave women all of these things they needed in order to get their business going. We're talking about branding, marketing strategy, sales strategy, content creation, and whatever, you name it. Even emotional and spiritual support from parenting coaches, relationship coaches, and so on and so forth. And I noticed that a lot of women weren't moving on it. And so I began to interview people that attended the summit, and they would be like, yeah, I know. And then when they would start talking about the things that they were wrestling with, I found out they had self-worth issues because they had been raped, they had family members that put them down, they had abusive spouses that they were either currently with or that they had been with before, and they were still haunted by the voices in their head, you name it. And so I was like, I got to do another summit. And me and my tone and my attitude, I was like, it's going to be Real Women Don't Bitch, because we get shit done. And it wasn't about telling women that they can't have emotions, but it just used to make me think about something my grandmother would always say, and that was when people would say, hey, how you doing? She'd say, I can't complain, and it wouldn't change anything anyway. And so the whole thing about no whining, bitching, or complaining was about not staying in that space, acknowledging what you've been through, acknowledging how it made you feel, processing the emotions, but then realizing that you can't hold on to the past and move forward to the future. And so I did this next summit, and the response was so powerful. There were a lot of tears. There was a lot of elevation. There were a lot of women who moved forward, worked with me and other women that were connected to that summit, and began to experience a transformation. And that summit was so awesome. The tickets back then were like $97, and a gentleman, actually sponsored 5 seats because he was like, women need to go to this. They need to be a part of it, because my speakers were really pushing it so voraciously. And after that, I was like, my mind as a business owner is always going. I'm like, so many people still need to hear this message. And so I went through all of the interviews and created the Real Women Don't Bitch book. Well, it was really called Don't Bitch About It, Be About It. And then after I created that book, I was like, well, not even after, simultaneously, I was crazy. I was team doing so much. I was like, no, this is just something that's ongoing, and one book and one summit, it isn't going to change things. And this is an area in which women need a lot of support. And I was like, oh my God, I've been thinking about it. I got to stop thinking about it. And I kept seeing this brother in my feed talking about podcasts. My first coach mentioned that I could have a podcast. And I was like, I'm going for it. I'm going to jump. So I paid for coaching to start the podcast. And that's it. And on November the 6th, the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast was born, and I put it out there. And you want to know what, you guys? It was scary. It was really, really scary, because I'm like, what if nobody downloads it? I noticed that a lot of people, put podcasts out, and I'm in different groups, and they're like, how do you get people to, listen to it? How do you get people to download it? How do you generate traffic? Should you or shouldn't you use ads? How do you come up with episodes, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year? And you know something? Those aren't the things that bothered me. As a matter of fact, I was insane, because I was like, what can I do to make sure that this momentum stays high? So you got to think about it. I'm coming off the summit. I got everybody excited, because I don't usually do things and tell people about it later. I drop little nuggets along the way so that people are like, oh my God, wait a minute, I'm getting epiphany. She's sharing this with me. And I'm like, yeah, but this is leading up to something bigger, better, and more grand. And so this was really crazy. I had literally been living in St. Louis temporarily, because we had just left Houston after Harvey. I already had a group going on. I had launched a high ticket group program. I was in the middle of writing a book and producing a summit, all within a 30-day time span. And so here it is. I did it. And my crazy behind was like, I guarantee you, if you listen to the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast for the first 90 days, your life is going to be changed. And I vowed to do a podcast episode every day, and I hammered in on everything from growing your business page to social media strategy, sales strategy, hammering down ideal client. I had an interviewed guest every Friday. I mean, I went in hard, because I was going to make sure. I wasn't asking myself, how do I get someone to listen? I was like, I'm gonna make you all listen. I'm gonna make you curious, because every single time you turn around, I'm blowing it up. And people know that I am called Raw, Real, and Relentless. Those are 3 words that I gave to myself, because I just say it the way that it is. I'm real, and there is nothing that's going to stop me from getting what I want. And I just went out there and I did it. And so here we are right now. And just even me sharing the story about the birth of the podcast, that right there alone should be some motivation for a lot of you all, for you to be saying, you know what, why am I questioning what will happen and how it will happen, instead of getting out there and getting shit done, setting your mind onto something and then moving forward. Today is National Raw, Real, and Relentless Day. What can you do? What can you commit to and be relentless about it? Live your truth and express it, so that you can begin to shock the damn world. Listen, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for you and the many people that have come over the last 2 years. And I want to tell you thank you. But you wouldn't know who I was if I wasn't relentless about getting out there. I put everything into making sure that you all could see me by rallying people behind me. Those that I've collaborated with have shared the podcast, by being on every platform imaginable. And you guys watch out. I'm waiting on a response from Pandora, because that's another platform I found out that I wasn't on. But you guys, I'm on iHeart and Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, on all of my social media categories, iTunes. You can't be afraid to be seen. That's all I'm saying. You have to make people see you. Don't you believe in your genius? Don't you know that somebody out there wants you? Look, even if I never work with some people, I said that I wanted to leave my mark on the world. I wanted to have an impact on a global scale. And you want to know something? I am so damn happy about it, because guess what? Let's do some stats. I have the stats, and the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast has been downloaded in 80 countries. 80 countries. And the top 10 are, of course, the US, Europe, UK, France, Canada, Portugal, South Africa, Germany, Ireland, and Spain. I never would have thought that I would have been downloaded or listened to or any of those things anywhere. And in the United States, let's give a shout out to the top 10 cities. We got San Francisco, ATL is in the house, New York, Washington, D.C., my hometown, St. Louis, my old city, Houston, Dallas, Sacramento, and Chicago. You guys, you're showing up, you're showing out, you're being supportive. I am beyond grateful. I can't even talk right. You know what I'm saying? I'm beyond grateful that you all have tuned in. And the top 3 podcast episodes that have been downloaded is the sales strategy of establishing a connection to get paid. Thank you, Granny, which is a tribute to my grandmother. God bless her, rest in peace. And then make the decision, plan, and then execute. Those are the top 3 downloaded podcast episodes. You guys have been here. You have shown up. You have shown out. I can tell you right now, I can't even remember everybody's names because there have been so many guest speakers on the platform. Some of them have come and done series about a specific topic, and I am highly appreciative of every listener, and I'm highly appreciative of every guest that I've had on the podcast episode. So, you know, maybe it's not a podcast, maybe it's a book, it's a coaching program, maybe it's a live event. Whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, just jump. For myself personally, I challenge myself. My tribe challenges me too. They always got these requests and these like funky ideas about things they think that I can do, but I'm just constantly pressing the bar. And so for those of you that don't know, I started my own social media website, and that bad boy, we're clowning. We haven't even begun to do the hardcore funneling. We are, once the Authentic Collective Summit kicks off. As a matter of fact, it has kicked off. We started advertising and promoting yesterday, but that site is growing. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to be like, wow, I remember when I launched this bad boy, and look at all of the members that are there. And it may not seem like a lot to you guys, but we are 42 strong. There are 42 members over there on that website. And it's a combination of speakers, my clients, and people that follow me on social media. And it's going to continue to grow and expand. And now that I'm really putting the word out that it's open, you guys, you watch out. You watch out. This is going to be absolutely amazing. So go out there and get your goals, slay them, be raw, be real, and don't let anything get in your way. Be relentless. All right. This is your girl, Oliver Crenshaw. I'm outie. Deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless, signing out. Deuces!
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you.